Oh, I greet you all with Namaste, which is also known as Anjali Mudra. And we're studying the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali. Get the connection? Yes, this is who we're bowing to in a certain way. So I'm glad you didn't Namaste in bed and you're here with me. So we're also ordering our practice. It's called Vinyasa Krama. Krama means step, Nyasa means in place, and V means in a special way. So we're ordering our steps in a special way to organize our practice. And the first thing I recommend to everybody is that your head or your mood, your attitude called your bhava, you create an atmosphere of receptivity around you. And that means in some way you're looking up. You're striving for your higher good. That's called pravritti, right? Just like you want to stop the vrittis, the pravritti is the turning of your attitude towards these practices to help yourself. So, first, we're going to get our seat right. Poise is really important. Yesterday I talked about Ananta, the cosmic serpent, coils its body around and makes a little like tube for you sit on, you lean back against its hood, and it's protecting you. That means the infinite. And they say in the asana you're supposed to balance the way the two sides work till the opposites kind of cancel themselves out. And then you're in the empty middle. All right, so we're going to do Ujjayi practice, open nostril inhale, then partially closed nostrils on the exhale. Then we'll do Surya Vedana, inhale right, exhale left, and then partially closed right nostril on the inhale, open nostril on the left. And then Pratiloma, inhale right, exhale both, inhale left, exhale both, and then with the partially closed nostrils on the inhale. All right, let's get to it. Take your seat, lift your chest, drop the chin. Open up the collarbones. Make sure the collarbones are not rolling forward. The lateral collarbone has to be back in space in line with the head of the sternum. Drop the chin. Restorative breath. All right. Using your hands, raise the hand, open the nostrils and breathe in. And exhale, open nostril, breathe out. Continue that pattern for a few cycles. So you always start where you are. And again, for the newcomers, I remind you, caution, hints and cautions always have to be observed. If there's any dizziness, any discomfort, any sense of anxiety, stop. You're done for the day. You've done enough. Either just go into Shavasana, or just wait and sit in meditation, or do the easiest technique, something very, very basic. All right, so now refine the Ujjayi by simply narrowing the nostrils on the inhale and open the nostrils on the exhale. Continue that pattern now, continuous cycles. Not one and done, which is what we did previously. Do a cycle of pranayama, relax, do restorative breath, or more. Now you're just doing continuous cycles and challenging yourself to see what control you can get there. All the solar techniques, and of course all of pranayama, is to help the cardiovascular system, or we call it the cardiopulmonary system, which implies the heart and the lungs working in collaboration and cooperation to move the oxygen through the blood. Respiration helps to create circulation and oxygenation. So we want to send the life-giving prana right through the body and all the different things that it does for us in terms of awakening the kind of electromagnetical charges that go along with it, the kind of genetic or nucleic acid, the different kinds of molecules way down to the level of like the simple glucose that fuels and nourishes the cells while we oxidize and get rid of waste matter. Unbelievable the amount of things that happen through the breathing. So keep it going, don't let it go. All right, now without breaking stride, you're going to simply do right nostril inhale. So block your left nostril, open the right nostril, inhale. Then block the right nostril, open the left nostril, and exhale. Now you're on your own for a minute or so. Inhaling, open right. Exhaling, open left. You got to take your time. The practice is cumulative and gradual, so it builds over time. Got to be committed for not just a day, not just a week, not just a month, but for a lifestyle of practicing breath control and seeing what happens as you do. Always knowing that although you can be better today than yesterday, you can also be worse tomorrow. So every day you have to pay attention, start where you are, and modify as is necessary. Okay? All right, now get ready for the next cycle. Now when you inhale, you're partially closing the right nostril and then opening the left nostril. Continue in that pattern. Now, I've often said that yoga is a state of mind, not just a particular body posture or breath practice or meditative focus. So, as I've learned from one teacher, you can do asana and never do yoga because it's not about the body posture. And you can also do yoga and never do an asana. Other ways of coming into that state of harmony. But of course, the ideal is you ought to be able to learn how to come into harmony in any of the practices, including the ethics. All right, posture steady without strain. That's called right poise. Training your body to be able to sit still, not move, not fidget, not be restless. Or as we like to say in another way, your head is in Sattva Guna. Nice, calm, benevolent. Your body is in Rajaguna. There's a little action, lifting. And your legs, pelvis, they're in Tamaguna. Not here laziness and dull, but grounded, heavy, solid. Right? Tamaguna in the legs, Rajaguna in the trunk, Sattvaguna in the head. Okay, so now we're going to shift from Surya Vedana, which is inhale right, exhale left, to Pratiloma. So on your next exhale, block left, open right, and inhale. Open both and exhale. Block right, open left, and inhale. Open both and exhale. That's your template, and continue. Open right inhale, open both exhale, open left inhale, open both exhale. Keep on going. Keep relaxing your facial muscles no matter what you do. You don't want to create tension in your brain. And keep moving your dorsal spine. That's the area from the kidney to the nape of the neck forward into the frontal chest, which immediately will give you a lifting upwards and expanding of the ribs. But don't do it to such an extent that you bow your lumbar forward. The lumbar has to stay back, so keep your navel in and up even though the dorsal spine moves forward. Keep witnessing your breath. Even though you're doing digital control, you're going to see spontaneously it slows down, which is one of the ideas behind the whole technique. Changing the quality of the breath, the rate of the breath, the depth of the breath, the volume of the breath, and so forth. All right, now the last part of the technique, having done the open nostril, is to partially close the nostrils on the inhale. So after your next exhale, moving into the final stage. When you raise your hand to do that, make sure the shoulder of that hand doesn't come up. The shoulder blade has to be down on the raised arm in the same way that it's down on the other arm. So now you're blocking left, you're partially closing the right and inhale. Then open both on the exhale. Then blocking right, partially close the left on the inhale. Open both on the exhale. Ball's in your court, keep on going. Feel how the energy is slowly building. You're not only doing something that you're feeling right now, but you're also creating a reservoir, a reserve like depositing in a bank account, and later on your activities during the day, you'll be able to draw from this. You can see progressively the challenge level goes up, and skill in action means you have to learn how to work with who you are, where you are, to bring as much skill in action as possible. So finish off one more round of partially closed right nostril inhale, open both nostril exhales, partially closed left nostril inhale, open both nostril exhale. And then when you finish that round, you're going to relax your hand back down. You're going to take a few restorative breaths. And then keeping the eyes closed, you're going to raise your head up on your spine. You're going to gently open your eyes. And there we are for today. I always ask at the end of a class to review what I call the 3 takeaways, which is in every session, ask yourself, did I do something new, something I never did before? Then, did I do something that felt really good? Pleasure is the tie that binds. And then finally, what was challenging? What took me to a point where I realized I need to work on this, or I fumbled the ball, didn't really do this really well? In every class, you might find 3 takeaways. If you just paid attention to that, you'd be surprised how much you realize you're gaining from doing this technique, right? So, what felt good? What did you do well? What did you learn new? And what was challenging for you? So, as I leave you today, remember, Spirit wants you to live.